Manjushri wields a sword of fire to carve away unreality and simultaneously to stir everything that that sword is directed toward or touches to the divine, light, beingness, perfection, God glory, unity, harmony, balance, truth, virtue. The sword of Manjushri is a powerful talisman that we can wield if we choose by calling to him and aligning our light body with his, visualizing ourselves in our Merkaba, and wielding that sword first because we have done the inner spiritual work and we live in the fire of our Buddha nature. Now, what will happen when we wield this sword? First, we have to be in the right vibration to do so with great intent and great power. If we are misaligned or in any way outside of the circle of perfection, then that sword will not have the effect that it could if we were in true attunement with the divine. Yet, when we are, it demagnetizes, as many of the swords of heaven do, light from darkness. And what happens to that darkness? Well, it's basically swallowed up or transmuted, and we have more energy released. So it's a great energizer, Manjushri says. His sword is a great energizer. It is an activator, and you hear a lot in the New Age circles now, this ritual is going to do this thing where it's going to activate this or activate that. I mean, this is a common parlance now in the New Age circles, and I understand what they're mentioning, but a lot of what some woo-woo New Age people consider as these activators is more in their minds than real, although for those who are really true disciples, are really attuned to the masters and are doing the work, yes, there are these cosmic activators, and this sword is one of them. So it activates, through the light that it wields, engrams and powerful stimulants to draw us higher into the divine world and to do our work. So this sword helps us to do our work. It clears away the unreal from the real and transmutes that unreal into real so that we can focus on what is real, focus on what is beneficial, beautiful, bright, divine, and let go of and erase, transmute, and really forget the darkness. And this is a type of cosmic forgetting where we don't focus on it, and therefore it has no effect on us. For what we focus on, we become. What we put our attention upon becomes a part of our reality, and therefore by not placing our attention on darkness, we've already won about a third of the battle because we've put our attention on darkness so much that it's entered our world. So it's a great thing to be reminded to not focus too much on darkness, because then we start absorbing that and it becomes part of our reality. What else does this sword do? It inspires. So the word inspiration has that spire in it, which is part of breathing, and so it actually is a conduit for the Holy Spirit's energy of inspiration. So whatever it touches, it inspires, it activates, yet there is more than just activation. It actually brings the inspiration, the breath of God into play, so that whatever you're focused upon, whatever you touch with it, directed toward, is inspired. And I think we all require inspiration at times. In addition to this, it suffuses the blue fire, white fire radiance of Manjushri's causal body into what it is directed at. So what is this blue fire, white fire radiance? It's similar to the energy of Surya in Cusco, the blue fire, white fire sun. And what I'm seeing today is that Manjushri has spent a fair amount of Ascended Master time, if you'd like to look at that, in the echelons of light of Sirius to draw forth this power from Sirius to have within the sword this level of energy and fire and lightning. So the blue fire, white fire energy is something that is the blue representing the father, the white the mother, very powerful, and it's cosmic magnetic attraction and the distribution of energy. I'm kind of seeing now, if you've seen the Iron Man movies, there's a bad guy and he has this thing that he kind of throws around and it's like magnetic and it's got lightning and it almost is, it's very destructive, but if it were used for good, it would be a very good talisman, kind of like an electronic lasso. And the power that's in this electromagnetic field that the sword generates when it's used consciously is very, very powerful. So all the Buddhas who wield these swords, you have to realize these swords are talismans, they are emblems of their attainment that they extend out through this kind of almost appendage that is a sword that's an extension of their energy field and their high attainment of God consciousness and solar beingness and Buddhic awareness. So when we choose to use any sword, Archangel Michael's sword, the crystal sword of light that we've been given in various heart streams to use, the sword of mighty victory, which he wields, other Buddha's swords and other great masters' swords. These are an extension of the sacred word, which sword means, of our own logoic light, the yellow crystalline frequencies of the sun consciousness of our higher beingness, that we can then mobilize and utilize and activate and have at our disposal to deal with any force of darkness whatsoever that may be assailing, attacking us. So I think I've forgotten this a little bit and didn't know the full power of it or the understanding of it till today. Yet this is what is being revealed. So when we call to Manjushri, now that we know that in this representation on the cosmic clock, the 4 cardinal points, the cosmic clock, he is there on the 6 o'clock line of the mother. This is a perfect time of year in Cancer to wield this sort of Manjushri and to give us the energy and to activate things in Cancer that will help us pass our initiations, to overcome self-pity, self-justification, and to manifest God, harmony, and supply, and to really raise the Kundalini in the mother half of the year, and then the mother-mother quadrant, which is the mother-mother quadrant is the 6 to the 9 o'clock line. So this is like the fullest concentration of mother energy now during the year in this cycle, 6 to 9. In the emotional quadrant of the cosmic clock and the feminine half of the cosmic clock. So the mother energy is very pronounced, very focused, very activated at this time. So let us draw forth from our hearts now, with permission from Manjushri, a replica of his sword and direct it into anything and everything we choose to direct it into. Maybe our gardens for the clearing of all weeds and undesirables. Sometimes we may have to use things like these swords to get rid of weeds or what we don't desire in our gardens. Whether it's a weed whacker or whatever, you can have Manjushri's sword overshining your weed whacker. And boy, what a visualization. Or hose or whatever you use to clear these weeds. You can use it So let's just use it now spiritually and clear anything and everything from our consciousness, from our memory bodies, from things we just, the undesirables. And simultaneously, as we're clearing, we're anchoring that light. We're precipitating that light. And just billions and billions of tiny points of light where we choose to direct this replica of Manjushri's sword. Now I'm seeing this sword. It's different from the version of Archangel Michael's sword, which is kind of curved. This is straight. And the hilt is amazing. It's smaller than like the big broadswords, but it's there so you can grab it and hold on, and with a little kind of the cross section. And the part that you hold on to is smooth, but the rest of the sword is very artistically rendered, and it is just amazing. So I'm seeing the blue and the white light being precipitated through it and just being absolutely stupendous. What I'd like to do now is sing Michael's Great Blue Sword, because this is at least one song that we have where we really focus on a sword. And so we're going to sing to Archangel Michael and have the energy of this sword, song number 11, also at our disposal, because now that we have the understanding of Manjushri's sword, we can have Michael and Manjushri working together to wield these swords. And so song number 11.